Good morning, everyone. Tom, aka Nostradamus. I am the Bommus. Good morning, good morning. How you all doing? See, we got 0 people in the chat. I guess my Bitcoin exit. Oh, now I see 2. My Bitcoin exit strategy brings a few boys to the yards. Nothing like titles like Cardano to the moon. I was gonna do an XRP based title today. Get some of that XRP army in here. You know, got to get some new blood. Trying to grow the channel. Hit those like buttons. Hit those subscribe buttons, especially if you enjoy the content. Today, I will be going over my perfect Bitcoin exit strategy and altcoin strategy. It's going to be pretty quick. It's, you know, it's going to be a bit fluid. You know, you got to be dynamic. You got to be on your toes. You got to be able to make changes, but you also want to have some good mechanics in and just keep yourself constantly aware of what you're wanting to do so that you can implement these. One of the hardest parts about, cryptocurrency, everyone makes it, speaking of that, like what is going on? Why is it dumping right now? A lot of YouTubers got some explaining to do. They all told me Bitcoin, and they told me Bitcoin was going to 80,000 in April and Ethereum to 2,500 to 3,000. I demand answers, right? I demand overnight being a billionaire. Hey, look, that's how YouTube works. You get the clicks. People, it's the bull market. People want to hear bullish news. They don't want to hear that it could possibly dip. So that I try not to do that, right? I'll tell you it can go either way if the wind changes. I try not to be a hype channel. I try not to throw out ridiculous prices. Obviously, you know, try and keep it real deal Holyfield around here. I still am bullish, and I'm not concerned with this dip. I do think good things are in store for the cryptocurrency market, at least to the middle to the latter part of the month. And I'm not so sure that and I've said this a few times already, Bill Tucker in the house. How you doing, brother? So I'm not so sure even this month that we'll dump into options expiration. I was trying to find news like, why is it dumping right now? Bitcoin's on decent volume. It's dumping on decent volume. I'm going to hop over to the desktop, take a quick look at Bitcoin. Then I want to hop over to the markets. And we'll kind of go through everything. And then I will give you my exit strategy or my profit taking. I'm not exiting completely, right? So I'll give you my strategy. I think it's a pretty solid strategy, to be honest. And I am hitching my train to this Bitcoin log curve that you kind of see on the chart here. You see a bunch of scribble on the chart. This is my Ferrari. We got a rocket going up to the moon. But these white lines here are the Bitcoin log curves. I believe they're based off, what are they based off? I don't even remember. Fibonacci's. So this right here is like the 50 level. And then this one's the top, this one's the bottom. I'm just going to stop now. I don't want to get too much into it. We will discuss, again, the extra strategy soon. Bitcoin did hammer down, baby. It went all the way down this morning. I woke up, I'm like, oh, sad panda. We hit a low of 58.6. We're kind of making a bounce back. It's on decent volume. We've already got more volume today than we have any day, basically, in the last week. So, that's coming on decent volume. I think I was looking at the others. Volume, yeah, the volume in Ethereum's kind of getting there. Yeah, it's getting there. And it's somewhat across the board. Ethereum below 2,000 is still above the support line that I got. Cardano, man. What's going on with Cardano? Why did it pump yesterday? And then why did it dump? This hit a low. This hit a pretty nasty low today of $1.16. That was probably a good buying opportunity. Is this just a shake and make? The only news I could find is that like China, might be shutting down some Bitcoin miners, and maybe there's some credence to the theory they just want to get rid of their Bitcoin if they're going out of business, or they're not going to relocate. I don't know, right? I also saw one article like someone took $500 million in Bitcoin off an exchange. So there's no real news that I could find. Again, I don't know if it's this Chinese news. Maybe the Chinese just were in a bad mood last night. You know, it was the morning for them. They woke up and they're just like, let's dump it. Like, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what's going on. My Maybe it's my player got the block off, right? On oh, so yeah. There's a couple altcoins I've been eyeing, man. Kusama, it's coming back to some levels that are making me really interested. Flow has a nice little pullback. The graph is having another nice little pullback. The graph's just struggling right now, but I still think that's a great project. If I were buying coins right now, which is kind of hard for me to do for a few reasons. One of the biggest ones being I've already got a ridiculous amount of money in cryptocurrency. I would be looking to start looking to buy Kusama. I would still be accumulating the graph. I think I still might have like a monthly buy on the graph, you know, just like 50 bucks a month or something. Like Mana's looking really good again. Mana's my favorite smaller coin. XRP, man. Ooh, I'll definitely make that a video tomorrow. Maybe we can get some of the XRP army in the channel. I have some thoughts on XRP. I don't hate it, but I'm not gonna trade it, man. That is way too risky. The news that has come out on XRP is it's like the fourth biggest one now. It's taken out everyone. It's taken out Cardano. The only thing I don't think it's taken out yet is Binance, right? Let's take a quick look. Oh, you guys want to go know what's going on in my neighborhood? I thought this was CoinGecko. There's a black cat missing. I was trying to help the owner find it. All right, so Binance, yeah, XRP slipping. It was to like $1.10, and I believe it was above Tether. Yeah, it had to have been above Tether. Is there neck and neck now? Polkadot, Cardano down to number 7. Talk about sad panda, and that's even at $1.20. So again, you all know how much I love my Ethereums, Binance coins, Polkadots, and Cardanos around here. Cardano being what I believe to be the true contender against Ethereum. I think Cardano is the one that could pull it off. Elrond Gold is one. I own about 10 of those. That one's off to the races too. I had kind of considered dollar cost averaging into more of that. But man, you know, I don't want to get spread too thin. So I like Elrond Gold a lot. You've seen it in my portfolio. I own like 10 of them. I am trying to stake it and earn interest. It's in the waiting list, so it's not earning as much. There's some really good news on Elrond Gold with shopping.io and being able, I don't know all the particulars, but Amazon and all this other stuff. So there's a lot of potential with Elrond Gold and shopping. I might make that the focus of an upcoming video. Anyway, let's look at the stock market really quick. It was not too good for me, you know, obviously with the Bitcoin going down. That's going to hurt a lot of like man, I got to play in MicroStrategies. This is not good for the good kids. I got 9 days to go on this trade, and I need a $50, $45 move not to lose $500 on this trade. So I doubt I can roll this out for a credit. Like 9 days to go, the gamma risk is just through the roof. I'm going to definitely need a gift from the, and it's possible, right? It is definitely possible. Yeah, I can't get credits. No bueno. So I'm fully expecting to take the $500 loss in this one. I mean, I could cut bait now and only lose $285, but I'm a degen around here. I've had my mini NASDAQ trade on since Sunday. The NASDAQ's down 30 points. I'm up $409 since the opening of the trade, down 67 today. You know, I'm not too surprised by this down move today. It's not that bad so far, though. It's looking like, didn't I just say the NASDAQ was down 30? Now it's down 50. Wow. Maybe. We're going to leave this on. I do got a appointment where I got to go do a wireless survey for a big company today. So I'll be leaving in about an hour. Maybe I take it off if we're down a couple hundred. I don't know. Maybe I leave it on. You know, let it ride. Overall, I'm bullish in the stock market. Very short term. Long term, mid to long term, you know, I think it could spin sideways. I think it could go down. There's a lot of catalysts that can make it go either way, to be honest, right? It is a very, very tough market to gauge right now. If you're betting, like, you're doing like, I would imagine, like you could really crush it with options in this market right now, whether it's You're pretty good at picking like near tops, start selling call spreads. If you think it's hitting a bottom like it recently did, you start selling put spreads. Start doing strangles, right? A lot of two-sided action, a lot of iron condors. You're like, man, what's this guy talking about? We do this stuff all the time on here. All right, so Disney, put spread, that one's still up. Disney's up today, all things considered. GNOG, we rolled that out. I got an extended credit. We need that one to be above $15, which it is. That's good for the good kids. Lemonade, not doing too good for me. So I'm only down 28 bucks. We only need that to be above 90, so I still like that trade a lot. Mara's down $2 on this Bitcoin dump. I have a feeling that Bitcoin is going to rebound today. I mean, don't take that to the bank. I'm not a financial advisor. That's not financial advice. I have no idea what's going to happen. That's just my feeling. So I've been, like I've mentioned several times, I've been looking to sell some covered calls in both Riot and Mara. I got a lot of stock there. But I'm kind of in the premium in these is just insane. Let's take a quick look at Riot. Insane in the membrane. But I am waiting for that move up that I still think is coming because it's happened the last 3 months. Bitcoin surges into the middle to the, middle to about the 20th of the month before it goes into options expiration and starts dumping again. IV, 44 days out, 128%. It's not as rich as it's been in the past, but I could still, I could sell a 90 call for about $2. Get $200 credit. It's only an 8% chance that this even touches $90. So it's somewhat criminal for me not to take something right now. But again, I'm looking to get a move up. Bitcoin move up to 65, 70, 75,000. Maybe Riot goes to like $60 to $70. The premium's going to be juiced up even more. Then I hit them with those covered calls, right? And if that plan doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. We'll just let that go. Neo, that one's starting to slide away. NNDM, I mean, I'm not too worried. We just need Neo above $39. So we got plenty of time. We got 44 days for that one to work out. NNDM, 44 days to get it above $10. Even if it's in the $9 range, we could probably just roll it out again, get another credit. Palantir, love me some Palantir. I got a lot going on. I have, and this one is going to be like, what is this kid talking about? Does this thing even exist? I don't even know if this name is real, but it is because I have a reverse Jade Lizard on. A covered reverse Jade Lizard. So a reverse Jade Lizard is where you sell a call and a put spread. The call is covered, so we're going to call this a covered call reverse Jade Lizard. It might not be an ideal Jade Lizard because when you do a Jade Lizard, you want whatever your short strike is, whether it's your put or your call, you want your other, like your spread. So say you sell a put and you get $1 credit. Well, if you go and sell a call spread, you want to make sure, it's kind of hard to explain without showing it, but you want to make sure that there's no risk to the upside so that at least your total, so say you did a 2.5 wide call spread, your max loss there would be $250 minus the credit received. So if your total credit received is more than that $2.50, there's no risk to the upside. There's only risk to the short naked put. So if you're bullish, you do a Jade Lizard, which is you sell a put and then you sell a covered call. If you're bearish, you would sell a call and then sell a put spread against that, and that would be a reverse Jade Lizard. All right, Tesla. Just, man, this is, if you're selling strangles in Tesla as of late, you are crushing it, but selling strangles in Tesla is just about as big as it gets, and you got to be a big boy. All right, so let's take a look at the small account. Small account's all crypto right now. I was watching Tastyworks this morning. It's an excellent finance channel if you want to learn how to trade options and futures and bonds and all that stuff, man. Even like the sauce, we're talking corn and all that, man. This is the channel for you to really learn. It's a great way to wake up to the morning. They start 7 a.m. Central. The market, I love watching, like the news and the market opening and all that. But it's an amazing channel. They are the ones that have the Tastyworks platform. I love the Tastyworks platform. Tastyworks platform is not the best for trading crypto, but it allows you to trade some crypto right now. Only Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and I think Bitcoin Cash. You could trade the Bitcoin future. I'm hoping they have the micro Bitcoin future coming up because I will be trading that. Pun Jazz in the house. It is a sea of red, brother. I love it when it dips like this. I always leave super low. Oh yeah, I woke up today and they all fell and I'm going back. Nice. Yeah, I've considered doing that, right? Putting in super low bid orders. Like, could you imagine if you had on Kraken? I don't even know, like you can put in limit orders in Kraken. It's just a bit of extra work. But could you imagine if you put in buy orders on Ethereum at 1,000, right? It may not have filled though. That's the problem. Just because it dipped below 1,000, it doesn't mean that you're going to get filled. It was a flash crash. I mean, you got to be like the first in line and all that. So who knows? But still, yeah, I've considered doing that, and I probably should implement that just to see if I could catch a nice little grab like that. So they were talking on Tastyworks this morning. They are looking to add some coins, like 4 to 5. I don't know what they're going to be. Another downside currently with Tastyworks is you can't take custody. So it's a bit Robinhood-like. I believe they're working on making that coming. Look, I don't trade. I mean, what? There's like $8,000 in cryptocurrency over here, and my portfolio is over 400,000. So I just do it to do it because it's fun. I have this small account challenge. Right now, it's 100% crypto on the small account challenge. I've talked about it a million times. I started in October with 2,500. I put 250 a month into it. We've done that 6 times. Is that right? So 4,000 have been put into this account. It's been about 6 months. This account's valued at around 8,000. So it's about 100% gainer. We made it a lot of money. And stocks at the end of last year, Tesla put spreads, made us a fortune. And now we're making really good money on cryptocurrency. I keep dollar cost averaging that 250 a month I put in right now. I think I got some cash. AMD came off the board. So I have $500 in cash. Maybe I should be buying this dip. Yeah, let's do it. What do we, Ethereum? What should we buy, boys and girls? I don't want to be sexist around here. We're just going to buy Bitcoin. All right, so I don't know. Let's see if I really have this. Well, we're going to go 470 because I think there's a $10 charge. And then maybe that leaves a little behind. It looks like I got the money. Boom, boom, boom. Build. We just added more Bitcoin. I'm up to 0.022 Bitcoin in this account. Just dollar cost averaging in. I don't know. Recent survey says you only need 0.01 Bitcoin to be a multi-quadrillionaire by 2030 and the upper 1% of all Bitcoin owners. Anyway, let's get on to my exit strategy. I'm only, oh, brother, just keep dollar cost. Just say it all the time, man. Watch your expenses. Keep dollar cost averaging in. This time last year, I was working, I'm not even lying, I was working with roughly $30,000. And I'd had my ups and downs, man. I had some serious downs. I've blown out a few accounts, lost a lot of money. A lot of coulda, shoulda, wouldas, right, over the last 20 years. A lot of mistakes with like penny stocks, bio farms, and all the Yahoo message boards. Such toxicity. Anyway, man, I've been there. This time last year, I had about $30,000, and then started crushing it. 2020, obviously a really good year for stocks. Did a cash out refinance on my house, got $55,000 in cash. Some of that was going to be put to improve my house. I really started watching expenses. I cut my expenses down by a fortune, you know, so I was taking a car payment I no longer had, plus all the money I was saving on food and all the expenses. And I started dollar cost averaging and putting as much money as I could into the stock market. And I ended up not doing any improvements on the house at the time because, you know, the nasty was in full spread and I didn't want anyone in my house. And I just didn't feel like dealing with it, right? So now I'm at a point where I am getting ready to have some work done on the house. It's not costing that much, and I have a lot more money to work with now. So I took that whole 55,000, I YOLO'd it in, which I don't really, right? You got to know what kind of risk you're taking there. And I knew like this was a huge risk, but I did a lot of smart trading with it, a lot of greater than 50% probability of success trades. I put a lot of money into Tesla. That paid off really well. I put a lot of money into NEO when it was like $16. That obvious, and then sold at the highs, near the highs, you know, $50, $60. I mean, at one point I had like 1,500 shares in NEO. Could you imagine that? And that 2 and 3x and some charge point, you know, we hit, I got lucky. I told you I'm on a heater over here. So I hit that EV bubble. That thing just skyrocketed. I mean, now look at my NEO and my Tesla positions. I had close to 200 shares of Tesla in this big account. Man, it's all gone now, dude. I have some puts, I have 10 shares that I bought the other day because I thought it's a good price. But I moved all my money over to cryptocurrency. So we made a lot of money in EV. And then I YOLO'd the Bitcoin future, which I definitely don't recommend. I had a lot of money on that. And then I just started buying, and let's get into my exit strategy. So I started buying and still dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. My favorite Cardano, I was gobbling that up, even at huge amounts at 90 cents. And we're up 140% on our Cardano. It's hard to be upset with that. And I do think that's going to see $3 to $5. I've been hitting Decentraland pretty hard as of late. Ethereum, I bought a lot of Ethereum. I love some Ethereum. Polkadot, obviously, that's my 4th largest position, I believe. So I also bought a lot of Binance coin. Yeah, so Binance would be my 5th at 3.76%. So my exit strategy. So yeah, long story short, just keep watching your expenses, keep dollar cost averaging in. I think the adoption curve, I agree with most people that it's still very, very early. If you keep even just like $100, $200, $300 a month, and you don't overtrade, in my opinion, just buy the good. That's what I do. And I say it all the time, just buy the top coins. You see my percentages, and then you can throw small amounts at flyers. But the problem is if this market crashes, you're gonna want to be nimble and quick to get out of a lot of this smaller stuff like data and the graph and ontology, right? Like eventually when it crashes, those are going to get hit really hard. So my strategy, and I think it's a pretty dang good strategy considering I've only been in the cryptoverse, as Ben would say. What, Benjamin Cohen, good channel. If you haven't watched him, definitely check him out. I mean, I started buying Bitcoin last year around August, and I started buying it more and more, pretty heavier by the end of the year. Started learning about crypto, really learning about cryptocurrency, really learning about DeFi, really learning about liquidity pools, staking, all that stuff. Smart contracts. My mind was blown. So the exit strategy, I've already kind of prefaced it with this Bitcoin log growth chart. I'm hitching my wagon to this. I like it a lot, is what's his face would say. Dumb and Dumber, what's his name? Anyway, this has only got 2 previous data points for the most part that have matched this during the last bull runs, but there's a lot of people are hitching their wagon to previous history, the cycles, the stock to flow, all this. And I am definitely looking at that. I've got on record saying I think this cycle will be different, but I'm most certainly going to continue to look at all those underlying factors. So this Bitcoin log growth, let's look at the past. So in the past, it has gone all the way up to the top of the curve during the bull cycles and then dumped, right? So it did it back in 2013. That happened right around November, right? And a lot of people, the big YouTubers, you know, the big boys, you know, they're saying, oh, you know, it's going to happen somewhere between August and November. I think Big Boy gives like an exact 30-day or whatever. And this is why, right? Based on stock to flows and previous cycles. This time, I do think it's different, but it may not. It is different, but it may not be different, right? Just because there's a lot of institutional buying comes in, that doesn't mean the same thing can't happen. And then the panic is just so overwhelming that it happens quickly. So the same thing happened in 2017. It peaked at the top of the log growth curve. It actually went above it a bit, and then it tanked. And both times it tanked all the way back down to the bottom. I think they all had a dead cat. Yeah, so this one, first one had a dead cat bounce, and then all the way to the bottom. This last one had a really like a bunch of dead cat bounces on its way all the way to the bottom. Then it really started having a nice recovery, kind of early, maybe. Now, yeah, kind of early. And then, you know, a lot of volatility, a lot of down move. Then the sticky icky came out, and this is about the worst it's ever seen. I really, really wish I hadn't gotten into Bitcoin about then and started buying it then instead, right? But hindsight's 2020. So what does this mean? This means I'm looking for possibly starting to sell. So I have roughly 1.7 Bitcoin. If Bitcoin starts hitting the top of this logarithmic curve anytime between now and the end of the year, it starts getting up here, I'm going to start considering selling anywhere between like 0.2 to 0.7 of my Bitcoin, right? So say Bitcoin gets to, it's nearing 150,000 at the end of the year. That's the top of the logarithmic curve. This is a lot of the reason why I think Bitcoin above 150,000. I mean, again, this is only on a few data points. So this could most certainly continue to go well past that, and that could even adjust this curve, right? It could most certainly adjust these curves. This could go to 3, 4, 500,000. But the worst thing that could happen to me is if I sell 0.2 to 0.7 of my Bitcoin at 150,000, is that I've got one whole Bitcoin still riding for free because I've covered my costs on all my Bitcoin. So the worst thing that could happen to me is if I take profits at these levels, at this logarithmic curve, anywhere now between the end of the year, I'm most likely going to be able to still have one whole Bitcoin on for free. And if I'm right and it does dump hard, then I start gobbling them back up again, right? And so these cycles, right? Bitcoin crashes, altcoins pump. You have your midcoins pump, last like Ethereum starts pumping and lasts about another month, and then it kind of just cycles into your low crap. So this is where it gets a bit hard. If Bitcoin starts crashing and before we get up anywhere up here, I'm probably just going to diamond hand it no matter what. And if altcoins start pumping, then I'll consider taking profits off the board on my altcoins. Like my Cardano, I have a Cardano target of around $2 to $3. Like if it can get to $3, I have to seriously consider taking 20% off the board or 30% off the board. So I take 30% off the board. I take 5,000 coins at $3. That more than makes my remaining 70,000+ coins free ride, right? And again, I got my initial investment off the board. If it dumps, then we'll see where the best opportunity is, whether it's stock market, whether it's putting it back into crypto, and we'll continue to go from there. And it's going to be the same with Polkadot and Binance Coin and Ethereum. Like if Ethereum gets to 3,000, I have to start consider taking some off the board. If it gets to 5,000, I'm definitely going to take I have 60 Ethereum. I'm definitely going to consider taking at 5,000. It would be almost criminal not to take 20 of them off the board. So that'd be 100,000 off the board. My initial investment is only I don't even know, man. I don't know, 60, 70,000 maybe. So I've got 40 Ethereum for free plus profit. So if Bitcoin hits the top of that growth curve, I'm going to consider taking some of my Bitcoin off the board, at least probably try and get it to a point where I have 1+ Bitcoin free ride. And then I have my initial investment off the board that I can reinvest, maybe real estate, maybe stocks, or maybe back into crypto if it does crash. You know, and then that's one of the big reasons why I only have 30% of my portfolio. Right now it's 23%, so that's going down. So only 23% of my I thought that was 30%. All right, so 23% of my portfolio is Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin, if it does, it's going to be the first to go down. It hits the top of that growth curve, it's going to go down. I'm like, great. It doesn't mean this is going to happen, but this is what's happened in the past. Altcoins are likely going to pump. Great. I got my Binance coin. I got my Cardano. I got my Ethereum. I got my Polkadot. I'm going to give that a good 2 to 3 weeks to pump. And if this is actually looking like a market cycle, I might take like 50%, 70% of my Ethereum off, my Cardano off, my Polkadot, and just have massive profits. And again, the worst thing that can happen is it's not a top. Now I'm sitting on a ton of cash, and I still have a ton of free Cardano, a ton of free Polkadot, a ton of free all these great coins. And so that's my exit strategy right there. If history repeats itself, I will look to start taking Bitcoin off the board at the top of the log growth curve. I will look for a massive, so for it to hit the top of that growth curve by the end of the year, it's going to be one of your signature parabolic moves, right? It's going to have to come really fast and quick, because you squeeze this in, you can see for it to get to 140,000, it's just going to be a massive, almost straight line up, right? So if this does happen in the coming year, yeah, this could be a repeating of history. If it continues to be I prefer, I mean, it makes the strategy a bit harder, but I prefer it to be a nice, slow, maybe only 100,000 by the end of the year. And then we don't have a huge bear market, and we just kind of work our way to like 200,000 by the end of 2022, right? And a lot more liquidity, a lot more stability, a lot easier for me to get into long-term capital gains and not pay as much to Uncle Sam. Because if this, as it currently sits, if this hits 150,000-ish by the end of the year, and I have to start bailing, I'm paying short-term capital gains. Anyway, that's my exit strategy. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Bitcoin, that dip, starting to make a little comeback. See, Ethereum's pushing 2,000 again. Let's see if we can go, baby. Let's go. Cardano held up pretty strong. You know, it did dip down to $1.16. I honestly don't know what's going to happen here, boys and girls. Polkadot, $40. It was down as much as 12% today. Flow is down a decent amount over the last couple of days. And then Kusama, this is the one I'd be eyeing, really. This was the line I kind of support and I kind of see for this. This was probably, it hit 377 on today's dip. That was probably if anyone got into that, I think that's going to be a really good move. We can kind of see what's going on here. This looks like a pretty decent trend line, and it did kind of touch that. So if you haven't bought anything, I like Kusama a lot. It's part of the Polkadot ecosystem. There's only 1 million coins. So this one has the chance to become 10x, 4,000, 20x, 8,000. Those are on the table. I know that's some moon boy, big boy stuff. But I think a 10x and 10x plus and Polkadot's definitely on the table this year. And I would say the same for Kusama. You got, and as I say all the time, buy on it. It hit to 20. This is a really good project in my opinion. So some really good opportunity. All right, let's wrap this up. Stock market, the NASDAQ is now green. Let's go, baby. Tattooed Chef, I got some big news on Tattooed Chef. I'm a huge bull on Tattooed Chef, though although historically I haven't cared for their food. But breaking news, they got that new plant-based food products in Target. I loaded up. I got the Buddha bowl. I got the burrito bowl. All plant-based, all gluten-free, all things I need. I do have, you know, a gluten, celiac, all that. The macaroni and cheese. Buddha macaroni and cheese. Oh, there's a hemp bowl I haven't tried yet. It's actually pretty bummed because the burrito bowl, I opened the package and it already had, like, the plastic was already slit. So I'm not going to eat that. I don't even know if I'm going to. They're kind of expensive though. Like, they were on sale 2 for $9. So that's $4.50. But man, so far I had the Buddha bowl. It was really, really good. Really, really good. And then for dinner, I had the mac and cheese. I would say it's more akin to like potatoes and cheese, right? Because it's kind of this cubed. And the cheese is vegan. And it was good, man. I've never had vegan cheese and I'm like, man, this is good. So it was a bit more of a texture like potatoes and cheese, but it's really good. I think these products are going to be huge for Tattooed Chef. I'm going to continue to possibly add to my Tattooed Chef. Do I have Tattooed Chef in my IRA? Please tell me I do, because I'm pretty sure I do. Yep, we got 100 shares over here. Maybe we should take a look and see if we should sell a covered call. When do they got earnings? They got earnings 5/7. Let's go 44 days out. The expected move's about $2. It's not worth selling a covered call on that right now. See on the covered strangle. Oh, I got a reverse trade lizard covered. No, just put spread. All right. So let's take a look at selling a covered call around this. We're gonna go strangle. I remember trying to look at this before, and this is the problem I ran into. So I don't know that I want to go that tight. $2.15. I don't hate that. Sell a 20 put, sell a 25 call, get $2.15 credit. That means if Tattooed Chef goes down, I would be obliged to buy it at $20 a share, which I don't hate. Plus my $2.15 credit, meaning I would be buying Tattooed Chef at $17.85. So I definitely like that. Tattooed Chef blast past $25. It hits my call and my shares get called away. So I make the profit on the 100 shares, the $500 on the 100 shares, you know, $20, 25. So $500 profit there minus the $2.15 credit received. So I would make $700 on this trade if it got called away from me, or worst case, I have to buy another 100 shares at like $17.85. I love Tattooed Chef. I like this trade. And if Tattooed Chef stays between $20 and $25, that's a pretty tight spread, but there's a 72% chance that I'll be able to buy this back at $1.07 in the next 44 days. So if I buy this back at $1.07, this takes my existing cost basis on the original 100 shares and takes $1.07 off my cost basis. So I've just thoroughly covered what's going on here, and I'm going to put the trade on. It's a very, very tight spread though, because I'm selling at the money on the put. Typically I would have preferred to do the 17.5 on the put to give myself more room, but because I have a bullish put spread and I have a long strike there, that basically would, you know, if I were to sell a put here, that would basically just take this off the board. So it would, and I would still just have a oh my goodness. All right, so there we go. Come on, just fill. I don't want to sit here and fight you all morning. 10-cent difference, 5-cent difference on the bid ask. Boom, boom, boom. We're filled. All right, we're going to come over here. Need to close for profit. 1-to-1, 2025. That does not seem right. So we'll just go down. Hopefully, I don't know if this is affecting my existing. So we're gonna go for $1. We're gonna get a little greedy. We're gonna let that simmer and we'll watch. Do I got any money in the IRA? Maybe I do a covered strangle over there. $537. Nope. because you got to completely cash secure the put, which means I would need 2,000 plus just for the put side. All right, that's going to wrap it up, boys and girls. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate any subscribes to the new guys. Maybe I'll do some XRP stuff tomorrow just to try and get some of the XRP people on the channel. Yesterday was a really good day with the Cardano news. It brought a lot of views, like 5 subscribers. So I got to mix in some of these, you know, some of these alternative subjects, bring people to the channel. Again, I'm not trying to be 100,000 million. I just want a nice tight knit non-moon hype. Sit here, teach you guys how to trade whatever you want to trade. My philosophy is to do a lot of options in the stock market, do a lot of hodling in the cryptocurrency, and just have good mechanics. As a wrap up, the NASDAQ is now blazing, baby. It's up 17.5. E-mini S&P is up 3.5. Let's take a quick look. Gold down $3. Gold just kind of hovering. We should be selling some iron condors or some strangles and some GLD or something, I guess. I don't want any part of that. The dollar looks like it's up about 17 cents. Let's take a look at it in trading view, because that's a micro future. VIX is down or up? VIX is up 3%. That's not good. We need to see that turn around. It probably will with the NASDAQ going up. I thought the dollar was over here. Gold, silver, blah, blah, blah. SPX. Oh, DJI? No. Oh, that's the Dow Jones. Oh, dollar right there, 92. Oh, it shows it down as 5 cents. So dollar is down. That's going to be good for the stock market. I'll be back 6:25 a.m. PST. Be there, be square. Love you. Peace.